I'm Amy.
And I'm Cheryl.
And this is your pickleball warm-up. So let's start by putting your foot up on, if you've got a bench or something, that tends to work really well. Here we've just got our stools. Go ahead and let's put one foot up on the stool. And let's take the back foot back as far as feels comfortable, but you still feel stable. We're gonna keep the heel on the ground and keep this knee pretty straight. And all we're gonna do is warm up the hips by gently moving until you feel a stretch somewhere. It might not be in the front leg, it might be in your back leg, and it might be your calf or it might be your hip. Your hip, Cheryl? Okay, then push back. As you come back, straighten the front knee fully, keep your back straight, and then lean into it till you feel a stretch in the back of your leg. Hang there for a breath, come back up. Ease down, maybe you can go a little bit farther. Okay, and then stretch the hammy. We're stretching a lot more than the hammy. The whole back of the leg. Back up, ease down into it, slowly moving down. What does that do for us, Cheryl?
Well, when you're on the pickleball court, not only do you accelerate to get to the ball, you have to put the brakes on to stop and hit the ball, or stop so you don't run into your partner if you're playing doubles. So very important to strengthen and warm up the braking muscles.
Okay, let's do the other side. Okay, so back foot back, heel down, knee straight, lean into it just until you feel the stretch. Then come back. You don't want to go full out in your deepest possible movement right away. You want to give the muscles, the fascia, the joints an opportunity to get warm.
And if you're like me, you have one side that is much more difficult or tighter or crankier than the other side. That's this side for me. Very common. Maybe spend a little more time on that side. You don't have to do the same number of reps.
Right. I think it's all the 3 sets of 10 is just made up. You need, sorry. You need to feel what's going on in your body, and you need to make sure your body feels warmed up. All right, let's go back to the other side. This time we're gonna put the foot up, but we're gonna turn our hips more in the lateral, open. And your back foot, the toes can be pointing out to the side or wherever they feel comfortable. But make sure this knee is moving in the direction the toes are pointing. And then push back, straighten it out, little stretch. Getting the fluids moving.
So warm up slowly. You want to be quick on the court. You don't want to be quick in your warm up.
There's a lot of movements in pickleball that we don't use in everyday life.
Right. A lot of you probably walk or do the elliptical or maybe ride your bike. Those are all linear movements. Pickleball requires a lot of lateral movements, and if your body's not used to that, you're just setting yourself up for injury, which we do not want.
Okay, other side, open the hips up, knee goes in the direction the toes are pointing. Straighten it out, lean in a little bit. We're getting the ankle, the knee, the hips, and the lower spine all ready for this big variety of movements. We're also loosening up the fascia, and the fascia is your proprioceptive system. It tells you where you are in space. And if it is not loose and stretchy, you are going to have coordination issues. Okay, one more foot up, and then the back leg back, but this time the heel can come off the ground. So you can go into a slightly deeper range of motion, whatever your range of motion is.
Obviously, Amy's range of motion much deeper than mine. That's okay. I don't want to compete with that right now. You go as far as your body will comfortably let you, maybe just to the edge of feeling a little bit of strain, stress, challenge, but not pain. Definitely not pain.
What else you might run into in the deeper ranges of motion is getting out. If you don't have the strength to get out, don't go this low, or if you're practicing at home, use something like this to push yourself back up. All right, let's do the other side.
And again, you can do this if there's bleachers on the sidelines of your court, or you know, a chair or a stool or something.
All right, should we do our upper body?
Yes.
All right, so if you have a jacket or something that you can hold onto, then take your arms out fairly far and just see if you can get as far as you can get with your shoulders. If you're going to be taking those big swings, then you want to make sure that the shoulder can move through its full range of motion and that it's warmed up and ready to do so.
And again, don't force. If this is as far as you can go and you can't get all the way down here, don't force it.
These ranges way back here are, again, not everyday ranges of motion, but you might be taking those big swings and making those motions, so easing into it. And then let's weave the fingers together, press out, stretch the forearms, straight elbows, shoulders down away from the ears, and then just some up and down motions. We use a lot of grip and a lot of wrist extension. And then behind the back, some ups and downs. And then let's point their fingers down, maybe a little gentle push. Okay, then we're going to keep them pointed down. We're going to open up. Okay, maybe some shoulder rolls, maybe a little neck motion, maybe a few more little ankle ranges to get those fluids all moving through the body. And that's your pickleball warm-up.